Right now, I think it's pretty even. A lot of us are going out there and we're just trying to go as hard as we can, trying to make each other better. We really don't have a set starter for the season yet, and we all out there just making each other better, rotating around, playing different positions, and um, so we're still trying to find that set three, but I don't think we have one right now set, and we're all just moving around.
John's been mainly at the Mike though. Have you been mainly at the Will?
Nah, we've been rotating. A couple practices ago, I was at Will, and today I was at Mike. But we've been rotating, so I couldn't tell you exactly who's been taking more reps at that.
Jelani, what would you say to the people who say you're too small to play Mike linebacker in this league?
I mean, I'd say that we got to see on the field. I mean, we got to see when the season comes. I mean, if that's the case, then we'll move around however the strength or however they need me to. We'll see how that works.
You think those defensive linemen in the middle you got, the ones that have been hurt coming back, Antoine Sanders and Marsh, can keep guys off of you somewhat in that Mike position?
Yeah, they're great at what they do. They're great at their position. BA, Marsh and everybody, they really do a good job of keeping the linemen off of the linebackers, and we're glad to have them there. We need them healthy as we go into the season.
Are you more comfortable at Mike or the Will?
Personally, I'm more comfortable at the Will, but both of them are pretty much the same position. They pretty much the same fundamentals, just different job descriptions, different things you have to do.
Why do you feel more comfortable at the Will right now?
I actually feel more comfortable at the Mike, but I feel more comfortable there just because I think it's a little easier.
Your speed has been one of your biggest assets, but I'm told that your tackling, the way you strike tacklers, is also. What do you think your strength is at Mike?
I think that my strength probably is my speed and my ability to tackle, and I still have a lot to work on. Still have to work on my fundamentals a lot more, and just put myself in better situations.
How much did it help you having older guys to learn from last year with Spikes and Doe and those guys?
It helped me tremendously. I wouldn't take back my experience for anything in the world. And I was able to sit back and just watch them, watch how they practice, watch how they played on the field, watch how they lead, and I still look at their tape till this day, and to help get better at what I do.
Can you estimate a percentage of time that you spend inside versus outside during camp?
I mean, most of the time I'm in the inside. Percentage-wise, probably 80% of the time.
As competitive as those spots are right now, what do you feel like could give you the edge, in terms of getting a spot?
Well, I think in order to give myself an edge, I probably would need to. I don't know. Well, our coach is big on fundamentals, so I think that he looks at that when he's evaluating everybody. I think that. And I need to work on that a little bit more. I think that probably helped me out.
Are you more comfortable in a 3-4 or a 4-3, or does it really matter to you?
It doesn't really matter to me. And I just want to play ball.
Were you bitten by a vampire on your neck? What happened?
I couldn't even tell you. I took my helmet off one practice, and my whole right side of my neck was bruised up, so I couldn't even tell you.
I must have missed something. I'm sorry.
Okay. Talk about middle linebacker and just the mental aspect of it. Is it what you expected? Is it more mental than it is physical right now?
I mean, it's not too much different from where I was before at Will. And like I said, like with great defensive linemen, they keep the big guys off of you, and it's mental as well as physical. I mean, as a middle linebacker, you're basically the quarterback of the defense, so. That also plays that's also a big difference from Mike and Will and the middle linebacker in the Will spot. But, it's not really that much of an adjustment.
You made kind of a quantum leap over the spring. What turned the light on for you? What changed from then to your first year? Injuries last year, maybe a little bit?
Well, yeah, I mean, at the time in the training camp where it was time to, try to gain a spot, I had gotten injured and, it wasn't really right to the middle of the season. And even by that time, I was able to learn a little bit more from, Spike, Stamper, and all of them. And I think that going into the spring, I was able to, finally just show what I had. I was given the opportunity to play with the ones, and I think that I did well in terms of you know, making good use of that.
Coach Durkin saw something in you, obviously. You think that was part of it?
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, I was really, you know, studious in the meeting rooms, and you know, I was one to take coaching really well and just try to go out there and just get better every day, just go as hard as I could.
Jelani, what's the greatest leap from high school to college? Is it the physical or is it the mental aspects of it?
Both. Physical, a lot of guys are just like you. You know, high school you run around people, you run through people, but in this league, you know, you got to play a lot smarter. And then the mental aspect, there's a lot more plays, a lot more things that has to happen in order to, you know, be a great defense.
Have you had to wrap up Earl Okine as he's playing tight end yet? Is he a tough guy to bring down?
I haven't had to. He hasn't gotten the ball yet, but he's tried to block me a lot, and you know, it's hard to get off him. He's a great guy. He's a great player.
If you had to put yourself in the opponent's shoes, I mean, what's the toughest challenge of playing against a running back like Jeff Demps? What do you really have to keep in mind when you face him?
Speed. You know, there's not many people that can catch him in the open field. You know, he's quick. You know, he's a smart running back. He runs hard, and you know, especially with that offensive lineman, like it's gonna be hard to get to him anyways.
What do you do though? I mean, you don't just let him run into the end zone. You must try to do something.
So I mean, you need like more than one person to get him. You need somebody to cut off both angles because it's hard to just, I mean, try to wrap him up, try to stop him, try to do something.
Who's the toughest guy to tackle on the team?
Toughest guy to tackle, I'd probably say Moody. He's a hard running back, and he's quick. You know, he has a lot of different aspects of his game that make him really difficult to tackle.
Moody said you guys are doing one-on-one running back versus linebacker goal line drills. Have you gone against him at all in those?
Yeah, I've gone against him.
What have those battles been like?
It's been a really even battle. I mean, sometimes he gets me, sometimes I get him. It's a really healthy competition. You know, he's a strong running back, and he's making me better. I think I'm making him better.
Brandon wasn't the fastest linebacker, but what he was really good at was anticipation. You know, how have you adjusted to that or learned how to anticipate things?
I mean, I think that comes a lot with experience and especially knowing our offense. You know, we're able to anticipate them more than, you know, obviously the other teams because we practice against them every day. But I think with experience comes being able to anticipate different calls, you know, just by the way people are aligned, by the way they look, you know. So.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.